go on retreat, we have a meeting before the session to review the 20-minute book, which is always a great thing to review. The 20-minute being the review of the first 50 lessons. Some great lessons in there, aren't there? Give me a number. 5. Exactly. Okay. Now thank you, because that was exactly the number that was required for that moment. Otherwise, you wouldn't have said it.
That's right.
You wouldn't have said it otherwise. But what is lesson number 5? You don't know.
Upset for the reason I think.
Okay. Now, that lesson, if you're willing to accept that lesson, we can proceed from there into the great reversal of your perceptual relationship with what you think is outside of yourself, and you will wake up. Because the condition in which you find yourself is a condition of upset, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And because you are upset, if you're not perfectly at peace and feel the love of God within you, you are upset. You must be. If you do not know yourself, you're upset. And if you are upset, you are not partially upset. You understand? There's nothing partial about upset. You are completely pissed. Every human being must be, if you look at it, because you're a victim of the world that is outside of yourself. Isn't that right? Isn't that the lesson? Yeah. The lesson is, you are not doing this to yourself, that this is being done to you. That's why you're upset, and you're very certain about why you're upset. Otherwise, why would you need that lesson? To inform you that you're never upset for the reason you think. That's I use that. That becomes part of your, what we call, problem-solving repertoire. Lesson number 5, carry it in your pocket, write it down. Because whenever you're upset, you have forgotten that lesson. And you need it to remind yourself that you have been tempted to place the cause of your upset in a particular person, situation, occurrence, event, right? In the past, of course, and you bring it with you from the past to interpose your upset between yourself and God. That's all that the universe of your experience, I should say, is as a human being. And what's number 6? Number 6 is you're upset because you see something that's not there. In other words, when you're upset, you're wrong. Right? You're wrong. You've manufactured a situation to justify an identity of self. That's what the world is. It's a justification for the self-construct that you have fathered as a substitute for your reality. It's great to see that, isn't it? It's great to see that if you have made a self that is not who you are, that is not the Son of God, you will be upset. You cannot not be, because you have made yourself in your mind to be something different from what you actually are. And you cannot not be upset, and because you have an inherent upset within you, you will be searching. You will never be at rest. You will continue that search until you find the resolution to your upset. It's the splinter that gnaws away inside your mind, asking yourself, what is the matrix, or whatever the question is, or who am I, is the real question. isn't it? Who am I? Who am I? So, lesson 5 is, who am I? Isn't it? Great, I love it, so thank you for that. You see only the past. That's why you're upset. That's why nothing you see means anything. That's why your thoughts don't mean anything. This is a great lesson. The undoing of an identity that is the obstacle, that is the shield, that conceals the light you are. That if you are here, you've been willing to look at what you have made and maintained through your upset so that it can be undone. So that you can experience an entire alternative to being upset, right? And if you experience an alternative to being upset, you cannot be a human being. You're not a human being. If the peace of God is shining in you now, then Jesus is here to assure you that the peace of God is shining in your mind. You are not a human being.